Okay, since about 5% of my viewers couldn't be bothered with watching my shitty Double Dragon review, let's get back to doing some shitty knife videos. The Bounty Hunter is a limited version of the classic Microtech tactical jewelry, the Ultratech switchblade. Now, if you're not aware, it's released every so often to keep demand high so assholes like myself can buy it to resell a few months later to internet chumps for nearly $60 in sweet profit. But today's knife is the Bounty Hunter, which colorways might coincidentally conjure a character from a very popular Walt Disney movie called The Star Wars. Now, while we have our differences in training, I'd like to think I know what it means to be a bounty hunter. Honing one's mental acuity so you can stay focused driving through space for months at a time, like a well-lubed tactical machine. Maybe there's no one to talk to, but you've got your guns. Oh, you've got your guns. They used to make fun of you, but they don't anymore. Lubed. Oh, God. Sorry, getting into character. Now you might say, you're not a bounty hunter at all. All you do is cut up stupid cardboard. I mean, that's not a hypothetical. Viewers have said or have asked what's up with the cardboard. Which I'm not sure if the subtext here is they're asking for more frontal nudity, or video game reviews with frontal nudity, or me just holding a knife for half an hour doing nothing with it, repeating myself 6 or 7 times. Of course, with the trusty old hog out in the background, softly out of focus for, the entire time. But here are a few examples. Yeah, spring-loaded knives with blade wobble that could easily get gunked up with blood or for killing in self-defense and slashing skin. You saw it in the movies, it's gotta be true. And there's this one. Yep, all I do is cut up cardboard. I hate cardboard. Killed my paw. And there's this one. A lot to unpack here. Finally answers the question, what if the dude who played Marshall Kane lived long enough to discover the internet? Would he spend his twilight years concerned trolling YouTube knife videos with half-baked musings? Remember, never meet your heroes. I think you get the idea. Maybe you want to run your head through a meat grinder now too. That was the point. But I'm chill. I promised myself no disintegrations and to also keep Star Wars references to a minimum. It's exercising some self-control here. After all, viewers are no good to me dead. And they have to leave comments like this. You know what? I have a new idea for a chainsaw video. But before we go any further, even if I didn't answer the question thoughtfully, let's take a look at the dimensions, like the overall length and weight. Now, why do you think I cut up cardboard? Blade size and cutting edge. Do I have something against wood pulp? Did I have a bad experience in a shipping center? Handle size and grip area. Maybe I hear messages hidden in the sound of my knife slicing through the box. And if so, what do you think they tell me? Spine thickness and handle thickness. Kill. Make more YouTube videos. Tallnesses. Or did my sensei once tell me I couldn't fight my way out of a cardboard box? There's a lot to think about here. Maybe all this cardboard is signaling I'm entering my blue period. Are YouTube knife videos art? In some parts of southern Missouri, yes. The Bounty Hunter is a whole damn series of Microtech knives that are more expensive than their already expensive knives because of different colored paint and nostalgia. Offhand, you can get it in the smaller UTX 85, like Slicey Dicey did, or the Ultratech seen here, and the Combat Troodon. I forgot. I looked up the pronunciation earlier, but I already forgot. Which, Troodon will set you back about $700. While you could get an okay gun for that, Microtech says, hey, how about an expensive toy you can play with while watching The Mandalorian on the TV or opening letters with? Oh, you know what? Slashing your enemies like Tactical Cosplay Bro suggested. So since I'm regular bad with money and not horrible with it, I just went for the $325 Ultratech fidget toy. The blade style rotates or changes occasionally, as does the steel it's made from. Mine features a Tanto-style blade made from CTS 204P in a plain edge with an apocalyptic finish. Apocalyptic is just tactical bro speak for stonewash style finish. Sounds way less lame than the mom and dad jeans. Currently back in style, I guess. CTS 204P is made by Carpenter and is often compared to the M390 or the 20CV. So if the steel is hardened and heat treated properly, that means it holds its edge a good amount of time. Now, I don't personally see much use for Tantos, but it fits the look pretty well. If you ever wonder why I don't feature more Tanto profiles on the channel, and people have asked me about reviewing that dumbass paramilitary too, well, you know what? Your answer is somewhere in this sentence. So, you know what? I guess go crawl in your warm blanket of why people who think Tantos suck are wrong from your favorite channel that uses terms like sheeple or NPCs. The actuation and deployment. It's your standard out the front switchblade with a side switch. I don't own a lot of Microtechs because most of the ones I really want are north of the $325 this cost. But what that means is all I have to go on is this single Ultratech. The subtext to that statement is that since it's a Microtech, you'll always have a person telling you all the Microtechs they've owned don't do that, or yours is fake. Well, it doesn't have a serial number, that's how you can tell. Okay, you know what? This batch didn't, and please tell factory authorized dealer PVK Vegas they're selling fakes. So, yeah, they're not fake, so. Just every so often, it's a fake guy crawls from under his internet rock. You know, you get lammoed by the expert, like this. I'm convinced the Lammo guy is an entire personality type. So let's talk about the action instead of Lammo guys. Since I've been ruined by my $1,350 deadlock, let's say the Bounty Hunter's switch is a little stiff and rattly. There's some blade play, which is common on basically all out the fronts, with the exception of the Precious. The Microtech recently had been misfiring until I put a few drops of nano oil in it, as in when I deployed it, occasionally it would come off track on the way out. You know, then I have to give it a hard flick or pull it out, and it would click into place. However, it always retracts without issue. There's actually a video on Microtech Knives' website that details maintenance with these guns, Q-tips, some oil, and a can of air, and exactly where you should stick them all. So watch that for, you know, authorized maintenance. Now, personally, I kind of love the knife, and I accept it as part of my family. I mean, you know, my knife family. It's not weird when I say it like that, is it? I don't like it like one of my kids. I can like the smoothness and refinement of the deadlock, but love the looks and the pugiliciousness and the maybe pugilicity of the actuation on the Microtech. So much so that I made up 2 new conjugations for it. I've had this since February, and while it retracts as hard as it used to, it doesn't seem to fire quite as hard, although the stiffness hasn't changed. The slider, the switch, or the dimmer, is textured so you could use it with your operator gloves, and clicking it in and out is fatiguing due to the texture of the switch, the stiffness, and you not being a real man. Also, think about some cool fingerless gloves, because they'd really complete your look. The handle, it's green and inspired by the Boba Fett. Boba Fett? Where? There are some grooves the standard Ultratech doesn't have, and of course, the paint. The paint is pre-worn or distressed, so when you go to sell it, no one knows you've actually carried it. The scratches look painted to me, so, you know, because I guess there's no feelable grooves, like they didn't take a file and scratch it. The handle is comfortable and smooth, and it fits my hand well. It doesn't disappear into my hand, although maybe the UTX 85 version would. In fact, I think it'd make an excellent bushcraft knife. What's up, guys? Alright, today is bushcrafting with my switchblade. Now, one thing that does wear easily, though, on it is the yellow paint around the logo on the clip. I don't really know what I've done to wear it away, but it either has faded or been rubbed off since I owned it. And this is a good segue into the pocket clip. It's like if "this is the way" was translated into a pocket clip. Sorry, for those viewers in the South who may not have Disney Plus, the phrase "this is the way" roughly translated is, "if you don't like it, get out." Well, it is a deep carry. It doesn't quite go all the way down in your pocket. So it's a deep carry looking non-deep carry. I guess you'd have to have real thin pants for it to be a deep carry. Something that Microtech guys love. But the clip is stiff and unforgiving. Makes Gold Steel in its sleeveless shirt tear up a little. But at least it's smooth aluminum under the clip and not rough G10. Comparisons. First, the Bounty Hunter, my second favorite switchblade. Love the looks and the feel. It's not refined like the Deadlock, but it is more pocketable because it's thinner. Deadlock's thick. I feel like if I had $700 laying around, I'd probably like the Combat Trudon version of the Bounty Hunter 2, which is a hint for Christmas, everyone, okay? Now, the Deadlock. This is the most expensive knife I have, and it's my reference out the front. That's why I bought it, right? Its price means it's for the hardcore collector and people who have signed up and spent a lot of time recently on our personal finance. Although, if you want to be real for a second, the Deadlock holds its value and even appreciates in value. So it might be said to be less useful, but a better investment than a new automobile that loses its, 8 deadlocks in price as soon as you sign the papers. They actually banned me from our personal finance for that observation. But for full thoughts on the deadlock, watch my review. Now a cheapie, sort of. I think I've lost my way on what a cheap knife is. The AKC F-16. This is cheaply painted and the paint flakes easily. In fact, the copper section came off. And you can hear some spring ring when it fires. The switch is stiff, but that all adds to its off the interstate use condom on the dirty lock bathroom floor charm. Hey, they were being safe. It's about $60, and I don't think it's the cheapest OTF you can buy. I think you can even buy some $20 ones. Good luck with those. But the cheapest one I've tested is the Lightning OTF. It's about $40, which is similar in quality to this one. While I don't have it anymore, I know Beishan has taken good care of it. And you have this Benchmade here. That's the Benchmade Pagan. They discontinued this one. It's not my favorite because of the chisel grind, but the switch is mushier. All right, let's wrap it up. The Bounty Hunter is a swell Star Wars knife. Maybe there weren't enough ESB or ROTJ refs in this video for you. But that's by design. I aim to disappoint. It's like life. So you learned a life lesson. I think I'd like a cool combat Troodon or maybe a Dirac one day. But I'll have to save up my allowance, so maybe when I'm a little older. And as the cycle goes, I think these are currently sold out in most places because, that's how I do these videos. But look around. I think they have the UTX-85 still at PVK Vegas, which is a good place for Microtechs. Also, there'll be a guy in the video, new to knives, who will lecture me about how switchblades are not legal in most places, and that I should bring that up like no one knows that. I'm not going to tell you if or where they're legal, but there's a great app from Knife Rights that I'll link below that will break down the technicalities in the law where you live. It's just not as simple as, are these legal or aren't they? So please know before you buy one. Anyway, buy a t-shirt if you want to look like an internet nerd like myself. Then say hi to the patrons. They're saying hi back. They're all awesome, and I bet they watched my Double Dragon 2 review, which is currently sitting at 3.2k views. That's 5%, Jesus. But as you know, the easiest way to support this channel is not give me any money or buy t-shirts or whatever, or Patreon. It's just to watch the videos, okay? So go watch that one right now. That'll do me a favor. If you like this video, you'll like that one. Anyway, comment, like, click the bell to be alerted when I release my next shitty game review. That's what that's for. Thanks for watching.